And there it is. Happy Tuesday, everybody.
What's up, guys?
We are the FOMO Squad. Claws up.
Oh, and look, I found it.
I wonder if he's going to find that koozie.
It was buried in a weird pocket.
Starting with peach. Not great.
I got green apple.
Grape all the way.
I am Nate from Hall Yeah Comics, joined by Hagen from Lettuce Comics, Dope from Dope Comics, and Eric from SideQuest Comics. Boys, you do anything fun last weekend?
Not at all.
No.
Yeah. It was pretty lazy around here, too. We just got back from Heroes Con in North Carolina, all of us on, let's see. Eric, did you make it home late last night?
I got this morning. I think I was the last one home out of us. I got home last night at about, I made up some time because I was speeding. So I shaved off a little bit of time. It was like 12:45 by the time I rolled into the driveway. So
okay. And we got here around 6 p.m. Hagen, when did you get back?
I took my sweet time. I actually stayed up in Charlotte for a little bit because I was hanging out with Jordan for a bit. I hadn't seen him all weekend. I ended up getting home at about 1 a.m.
Okay.
On Monday morning.
Yeah, but how long was your drive?
It was 2 hours. It was a brisk 2 hours.
Oh, that's brutal.
And Dope, you left on Sunday afternoon. When did you get home?
I got home about 7 o'clock Central Sunday night.
That's not too bad.
That's not too bad.
Yeah, I hung out with y'all probably till 12. I couldn't get into con till 11.
Right. Yeah. You stayed. Yeah. I think it was about noon when you left.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It was. That was the best damn convention I've ever been to in my life. Like,
I prefer to call it like adult camp.
It really was.
Comic camp is what it was.
Camp. Yeah.
It was comic book summer camp. It was just a freaking blast from the time we got there, even until it was time to leave. Like, it was just tons of fun.
Well, I like picking people's brains, you know. We were sitting around like talking to Still 35 Cents about YouTube stuff, and then we'd go over here and talk comics, and it was.
I think we got turned under the claw too.
Yeah.
But before we get too into it, we should say hi to everybody that's here.
There's a lot of people here.
Yeah, jeez, guys.
Phil was first, and Phil was there. I met Phil last Friday. Robert Belazard, thanks for being here. Frank Lloyd Wrong, he's here to chat. Stevie D.
Hey, buddy.
I've been seeing a lot of his art being posted.
Mm-hmm.
Up and Adam, how you doing, buddy?
Camping out waiting for tickets. Who is selling tickets? And how do we get in on that?
Right? We're not getting our cut. There's Robbie Josephs.
After this weekend, I need that cut.
Dope saying hi. I did really good. I did not spend all the money I took. I'm really proud of myself. Peter, thanks for being here. Derek, Uncanny Derek, up from the Great White North. Are we a power couple? My friend Eric. I should have got a Dan Parent. Oh, sorry, wrong way.
There you go.
I can't quite. Yeah, we'll work on it.
Right next to each other.
I'm used to being on the other side. It's like sleeping on the wrong side of the bed.
I was just about to say.
Matt's here. Thanks for being here, Matt. Matt's got a stream at 9 that everybody needs to go watch because he's doing a live drawing for a giveaway on his channel. Matt, we met Matt over the weekend from
Long time no see, bud.
Yeah.
Right. Kay Munin, how are you doing? Yes, Heroes was fantastic. I've just, like Dope said, it was like being at camp, man. It was wild. Brian, another friend from camp. I mean, I did feel like on Sunday, as we were like slowly breaking off and going our different, it was like our moms were coming to pick us up. Like real life was coming back.
I don't know what was worse, the sadness of breaking away, or just that we had to go on that long drive home.
Right?
Yeah, parting is such sweet sorrow.
There's my friend Chris Sturgeon. Thanks for being here.
What's up,
Chonko, what's
Chonko.
up, buddy?
Chonko,
Hey, I
look.
forgot my shirt Sunday, but I'm wearing it now. There's Doug, the comic collector coach. Oh, there's JSS. JSS, someone else we met on Friday last week and had a lovely dinner with. Cliff, another friend from camp. Yeah, look at us. Make content now, says the bottom tier collector.
I'm working on it, dude. I'm working on it.
You have to now. You've got footage.
Yeah, I do. I filmed like probably half an hour's worth of footage, just like rummaging through stuff. And Cliff, it is so lovely to. I have now heard what you sound like speaking in all caps. I can now hear in my mind's eye what you sound like typing in all caps. It really is wonderful.
There's our friend Rich, Big Nasty. He was at Heroes as well.
I actually drove through Rich's town. I waved at him.
Oh yeah, that's how I had to go home too. JSS, I think we're all still tired. I mean,
no worries at all, JSS.
It took so much out of me, like so much more than I thought. Archivist Adrift, thanks for being here.
Good God, it just keeps going and going.
It just keeps going. I'm scrolling.
You guys are awesome, by the way.
Yeah, you guys are awesome. Good Lord.
Archivist Adrift asked, "Is this live?" It's as live as we could possibly make it, but you guys are making it hard.
So I'll talk about my strategy here. That's the end of the list. Yeah, when I went, it was Mike from Lunch Money who said, take what you're going to buy in cash and just know that like food and other stuff that you have to do, that's on the card, that's vacation, but take your budget in cash and don't spend it. Or don't overspend it. And so that's what I did. And it did make me a lot more careful and choosy because like on day one, there was a book I almost grabbed, but it would have like prevented me from getting something else later. So
Jimmo gave good advice of just putting daily a certain amount in your front pocket. And if that was gone, you were done for the day.
Oh.
So I don't know what strategy I had.
You didn't have a damn strategy, dude. I don't know how much you want to say about whatever, but that first day, that first day, I have a permanent memory that's been made of you.
Hey, I knew what I wanted. I wanted to know what grade I wanted. I knew what price point, and like you said, next year I want. You know, they got the 3-day pass, the day pass. We'll see if they got the where you can buy hourly because I just need about an hour.
I think all you need to do, realistically, all you need to do is slide one of the security people like a 20 and just get them to walk you around the floor once. And I think you could do what you need to do that way.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I guess to let people know, we're really not planning on, we're not going to show our hauls or like anything. We're all kind of working on our own videos for what we did. But I mean, obviously we're going to talk about the weekend. But we wanted to show, show the weird books and just a few pickups that we got, and just talk about the show. But don't rest assured, all four of us are working on things. Dope's already been publishing stuff, like he was publishing stuff from the con. You're a machine, man.
Yeah, after y'all up, 2 or 3 in the morning, I would do a video. 2 or 3 in the morning. The next day.
I don't think I'm going to that show. I think I'm full. Like, I mean, I can tell you, I went with about a half of a short box, and those were books
swallowed wrong.
Because the claw,
man, that white claw will knock you out,
man.
I went with half a short box, and I gave those books away. Those were all like books for you guys and other people, and then I filled or was given 2 short boxes worth of books.
I had to get a short box at the show because we kept going to that one dealer. Like, I think twice a day I went there, but we kept going there because every day his books were $1 cheaper, $1 cheaper. That last day they were 50 cents.
50 cents. I mean, that place, I went there every day. Like, there was that huge show, but I mean, I couldn't help but go there because his stock was different almost every day, and he kept swapping stuff out. It was crazy.
Still only 35 cents is on there, so he wants to see his white claws.
Yeah, I mean, I tell you what, I'll share this real quick. I have some pictures that
I wonder if Dave remembers drinking his first White Claw.
I have the proof. We took a picture of us, so we have proof of Dave enjoying the sweetness of the claw.
Okay, so that's why we're here. All right, so this is Thursday when we first arrived and we all went out to dinner together. This is Thursday night after we gave each other. This is just the start. Like, this was night one. And Brian, I saw Dope. You posted a clip that he had talked about how your room looked like a frat house.
Yeah,
it did.
So there's Dave, still only 35 cents, enjoying his first White Claw. I love what my camera did with it, though. My camera does this thing where it's like, or my phone, like, hey, we took that picture and we made it fun. Here's what it did.
Oh my God, that is awesome.
I love it. So that was all of us in our shirts on Friday morning. So first day of the show. This was right before Dope just wandered away.
A team of what? I don't know.
And Eric went and started standing in lines.
Yeah, that was right after that.
Yeah. We had breakfast with Brian. Our infamous rooftop photo shoot.
My wife Hagen absolutely loves your pose here. It is so sassy.
He looks like he's getting ready to get like searched by a cop.
He looks like he hopes he's about to get searched by a
cop. That's what I was going for, is like defenseless and yearning.
I can't remember. This must be Sunday. This was Sunday because
after the auction, because he's got his artwork.
This was after the art auction. So there's Hagen and E-Man, still only 35 cents, Dave, and Digger Jim. There's Eric. That's the one where you photobombed us.
Oh yeah,
coming in behind. There's Mike and Rohan and Dan and Colossus Collector in that one as well. We were like, there were just a ton of people in the lobby that morning.
Yeah, that was like the hangout spot, really.
It really was. And then that's our last day pick. This was right before Dope left and the sadness started setting in.
Yeah.
So those were some pictures I had.
Awesome.
And I saw a question up here, and of course it was, there we go. How crowded was Heroes? I'm disabled and went to MegaCon and couldn't get around. I'd like to travel to shows, but I'm a bit nervous now.
Saturday was the worst day, I think, because you had some wagons, you had the strollers, and cosplayers, but I never felt like this. There was plenty of room for walking and digging and all that stuff.
It's definitely the best con for disabled, because I mean there's a lot of room.
Yeah. Mark, I was gonna say there were some people with disabilities there, and the con itself, the floor was accommodating for people, but also there was enough space that the con goers could also be accommodating for people as well. I think that this is like, I wouldn't recommend that you go to SC Comic Con. It's just in too small of a space. I think Heroes Con would be a really good one to go to if space regarding like a physical disability is something that you're concerned about.
Yeah, when I was in line to get in, they would have people on them rascals or in the wheelchairs, and they would come pick them out and let them take the elevator. Where everybody else had to take the escalator, and they were getting down way early. And you know, and it looked crowded until you got in. Then there's like everybody just dispersed, and there's plenty of room.
Yeah, I would say that I specifically took videos of like the walking lanes, both like while I had a press pass, so like before everybody else got in, and like at the peak on Saturday, because I think Saturday was the biggest day of the show.
That was the longest line I saw.
And you sort of noticed that it was the biggest day of the show. But I again never got that feeling of like I was bumping shoulders with people. Like if I wanted to avoid, if I didn't want to have a human being within 5 feet of me the whole time, I could have managed to do it if I wanted to.
And I was in the general admissions line. And if you waited 30 minutes, you could just walk right in. I mean, the line was out the door before the con started, but I would stay at the hotel or just sit over on the couch, and 30 minutes later, you could just walk right in. You didn't have to wait in line. So they got you in quick.
Yeah, and so Adam says that he's been to this one with a friend with a prosthetic leg, and they work with you. It seems like it's very accommodating, and like you guys said, there's just so much room in there. Like even when it was really crowded on Saturday, I still never felt like I do at other conventions when it's like there was always somewhere you could go and get some space.
And it's usually super
Always.
hot too. This wasn't that hot. A couple of areas it was a little warm, but I never felt like hot like I do at other cons where it's just like I go outside to cool off. It's so hot.
Right.
Yeah, no, you didn't want to go outside in Charlotte in
No.
June.
Robbie wants to know if there was a good array of comic books.
Brother.
I mean, that's just it. Like, it's the biggest con in terms of like vendors. More vendors at this thing than I've ever seen, and they're almost all comic book stands.
And the selection too,
the other
right?
stuff.
The selection was really good. Like, dope. You found my goal books for me, and that guy, we took a picture of it at some point. He had like 4 or 5 copies, different grades, different prices. I fanned it out like a hand of cards, and it's like, okay, which one do you want? That's
3.5 to an 8 or whatever. You could just pick your price point, pick your grade point, and he had a stack of graded, ungraded for about every book you could think of.
Yeah, and they were willing to work with you and do some dealing and stuff like. I found that everybody was very like a lot of the dealers were generous enough that they would be willing to work with you on prices, and stuff. They wanted to move books. They really did.
Yeah.
And that was fantastic.
The weirdest thing I thought, I would buy a stack of books and it'd come up to like $29. And I would give them, they'd count it up and they'd say $29. Just give me 25. I mean, I wasn't even arguing with them. They just, everybody would take money off. Just give me 20. Give me 25. I'm like, all right.
They really weren't trying to make change. They were trying to just, a lot of them trying to get books out the door. And so many times, like you'd look at oh my God, the walls, right? Like every wall was just incredible. But the guy back there would be like, hey, let me know if you want to see anything and I'm willing to work with you. I just kept hearing that all the time. Just let me know what you're looking for. We'll work on it. We'll figure it out.
Yeah. And I'm not somebody who feels very comfortable like bartering. Like I work at a bank, but I hate talking about money. But it was a very like, it can't hurt to ask sort of environment where there have been other cons where I've been to where if you start trying to barter, like you can sort of feel that wall go up, I didn't feel that from anybody here, but the good news is that if there is a vendor that you feel like that from, move 10 feet to your left and go to someone else, you know?
And they were willing to make a deal on, opening day Friday. You didn't have to wait till Sunday.
I got arguably my best deal of the con within an hour of being there. So yeah, there's definitely room.
That like set the tempo, Hagen. When that guy gave you that deal, I was just like, oh my God, for real. And that's why we went to that guy every day, that con.
I'm not going to show that book off today because I want that to be like a in my video thing because somebody bottom tier collector wants me to make content or whatever. But yeah, that's going to go in that. But it was nuts.
Besides books, there's a lot of artists and writers and stuff too, guys. I know I participated in a lot of it. Like with Derek here, we went to that VIP JR thing, and that was fantastic. I got some of the stuff I got there, and we got artwork. We got to hear funny stories from them, and really, I did stand in line long for one guy. The rest of it wasn't that bad. So,
yeah,
I mean, there was a point in time where I saw Arthur Adams had nobody at his table.
No one.
It's crazy.
No one. I mean, I almost jumped that when we walked by. I don't remember what day that was, but I saw him sitting there. I was just like, I got nothing for him to sign, but I almost wanted to just buy something.
There's never nobody at the Simpsons dudes line.
Oh, I got there. I went there on Friday. It was like there was nobody there. Got my book signed. My only complaint with him was he wanted $75 for a remark.
Oh,
that's steep. I was just like, no, just sign it, I guess. I mean, the thing is, like, if I would have known a remark was $75, I don't think I would have paid for the signature. but I had already put the book up there, and how awkward I am. I can't assert myself after that. Just take my money. Let's see.
Yeah, I heard about that. And I actually did that too because I had more books than I could, get signed. We were only allowed 10. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to go jump in his line. I was in his line for like maybe 5-10 minutes and I got one book, signature on it. So
Did you finally get Roy Thomas on the books you wanted, Eric?
I did. That was the
Okay.
one that I had to wait the most because I tried getting in there right away on that Saturday. It was the only day he was there. And our buddy Rich was already there. He was using that press pass. And they capped it right when I got there. So they told me to come back. So I came back. And I think I was in line for like maybe an hour and a half when we came back. So it wasn't too bad. I mean, I've been in worse lines. And I was fortunate enough to meet somebody in the line. We sat there chit-chatting and talking. It usually made it go faster. So it wasn't too bad.
Cool.
And I got them all signed. I was like, heck with it. I'm getting them all signed.
I did see what Brian got a Charles Vess art piece, I think.
Yeah, I got him to sign my Heroes for Hope, but he was a very sweet guy. Willing to chat with you and stuff, and wonderful art. I couldn't believe all the art that I saw. I was just like, man, if I had deeper pockets, I'd be getting that art, that art, that art.
Oh yeah. Oh my, that's just it. Like, oh, so you've got the artists and creators, they can sign a book, or you can get a sketch or whatever. But then there's just there's more than a couple of booths that have original art, like some even published pages and stuff.
I did get some. I probably got the cheapest stuff I could find, but I'm okay with that. Yeah, that from Anthony's.
God,
last day I went to Anthony's. I said, okay, I'm pulling that trigger on something.
Dope. Is that I believe that's the stand that had original Jack Kirby pages,
a bunch of stuff,
just stuff that you don't see.
Yeah, they had all the cool books. They had everybody's name on front. Me and Eric was looking at stuff for the books. So yeah.
Yeah, there were Bernie Wrights and splash pages in there. I remember that too.
There's
that
the two I got from there. I'll grab one. I'll show you guys.
And I know Eric stood in line for Ginny Frizen and JSS as well, and he was kind enough to pass something to me that you'll see later, not tonight.
Yeah, if we don't start showing books, we're not going to have enough time before Matt's show.
Okay.
Well, one more thing.
I don't think.
One of my favorite things, I'm going to sound like an old man here, but one of my favorite things was how close our hotel was to the con. You could go back through the day, rest, come back.
Oh, yeah.
Because when you have them here,
close.
Well, when you have them here in Nashville, it's like at a fairgrounds, and there's nowhere around to even eat or go or anything. When you leave, you're just left. But that was nice because, I mean, you could just go backwards and forth.
Man.
It was...
You had to drag me out of that hall.
We know.
Yeah, but when my backpack was full, I did go back and unload. So I was glad for that. Let's see. Well, since it's your idea, you go first. Let's go round robin. Just show one, and then we'll pass around.
All right, sounds good. So my first one is going to be two, because you guys know what these two are. So we had our little competition of who could find the weirdest book every day, and we're in agreement that I won day one, right?
Yep.
I think you might have won for both, honestly, with two of the books you're going to show tonight. So
okay, so the first book that I saw, this is not the first cover that I saw, but this is the number one of this. This is Elfin Romance, the timeless tale. Elf meets giant omnivorous reptile. This is the less ridiculous one. The more ridiculous one is this. And just remember this moment, because this is the last moment that you will have before you've seen Elfin Romance number 6, Choose Life. So
I mean, I've seen it. I know it exists, and it's still killing me.
Beautiful minty copy that I got for 50 of my finest cents.
I can't believe that didn't take off.
I can't either. But yeah, I saw this one first, and then I saw this, and I actually got 2 copies of the number 1. I don't know what I'm going to do with that.
You're going to book club it with somebody's what you're going to do.
I guess so. There are actually some people that I'm sending some things to that I got from Heroes Gone. And I think one of those people would greatly enjoy being a part of the stupidity that we have going on. So yeah, that's probably going to be sent out to someone.
Like Derek's asking you, so what, like a Christian elf book?
I can't imagine that it's Christian, seeing as how there's bestiality on the cover of number 1. So
I
don't
Brian
know.
down there. He said that he thinks you overpaid.
You might be right. I think I overpaid only about like 50 times the value of it. So I think that's fair, you know?
Yeah, that was out of the 50 cents place, right?
Mm-hmm. That's why I said 50 times the value.
That was the first place that I was stuck at for like an hour. I'm just going, oh my God.
Oh, my friend, it was longer than an hour.
Yeah.
It was a lot longer than an hour.
I don't remember what I paid for this. I don't remember what day this was, but this is from that same booth. A book I didn't know existed. It's just weird. I didn't think it would win the weird off, but it was weird enough I had to grab it. It's the first spectacular issue of the Hug-a-Bunch.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I remember. That was the first day because you showed it to me and Hagen from across the booth, and I said, you effing need that.
Yeah, I was just asking what it was. Like, I've never seen this before because it's a Star book, so like Heathcliff or one of those
It looks
other
like
ones.
Candyland, don't it? It's like a Candyland adventure.
Yeah, I mean that. Does anyone else remember Monchi-Cheese?
Yeah.
Not you, Hagen. They look like
no.
I mean, that looks
No, I
like
don't.
alfalfa kind of in the background too.
it looks like alfalfa and some Monchi-Cheese. It's really weird. So,
oh boy.
what's your
I'm
first
going to
one
show
there?
one that was totally a squirrel moment because I went to go to the bathroom while I was waiting in line for Roy Thomas, and my wife was holding the line. So I ran real quick and I was going to run back. Well, I got sidetracked because I side glanced this one on the rack.
Side quest.
I'll go get this one. First appearance of Nucala Del Count.
Yes.
I mean, look at that glorious, mushroom in the background. It's the origin of him, and yeah,
That'd be on Netflix anytime.
that's right. I mean, he's got his sunglasses, the headphones, and the bubble helmet on. He's ready for action. So yeah, this was totally, and this was the place that was like 50 or more off. I think I paid. Let's see, I think he let me have it for $20.
So, I mean, that's a 12-cent Dell. Do you know what year that's from? It's just an odd-looking book for a 12-center to me.
I can't remember. I looked it up. It's pretty far back there. I can't remember if it was in 70s or earlier, but I think it was about the 70s, early 70s.
All right.
So that's
Hug-a-Bunch was a TV. I love when the chat does research for us. So Hug-a-Bunch was a TV movie. I feel like it was a cartoon.
Yeah, it was.
Something.
I do remember that. It's, early 80s, I think, is what it was.
Right. Dope.
Well, Rich came and visited me up in my room, brought me an AOK. He brought me something that fits me to a T. This book is perfect for me. I want to buy them all now. This is a Trailer Park of Terror.
Oh, yes. This is a great series.
Yes.
This series is, my name all over it, too.
This is your host, Norma. She's like the crypt keeper. She's
They're
Norma.
smoking a cigarette.
Yeah. Burned at the stake. Oh, Norma at the trailer park.
I don't care if it's burning.
Yeah. So, and the weird part about this book, which I don't know, you know how people talk about wraparound covers? I ain't never seen a cover that wraps around. It's the same damn cover. So,
Oh, that's weird.
yeah.
That is weird.
They probably
I don't
didn't
know why
have
they did
the last page. They're like, oh, just put the front cover on it.
Yeah.
That is awesome.
Do you think they were struggling to sell ad space on that comic?
Well, like Ahoy Comics, they always put a virgin copy of the cover on the back of their books, which I think is kind of cool.
Well, I looked on CGC, and the number one issue of this, there's only one on there, and it was graded in 2019. So nobody's got one graded in a long time.
So I'm going to show two again because one of these technically doesn't count for our challenge because I didn't buy it. It was given to me by the lovely Brian LCS. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Loaded Bible, Blood of My Blood. Now, I know what you're thinking. Hagen, that looks like the Shroud of Turin. It does look like the Shroud of Turin. And it looks like the Shroud of Turin because, let me read the back of this for you. Decades after the events of the original cult series, Jesus' vampire hunting clone is a bigger outlaw than ever. And now he has to face a threat like no other. The church has cut a deal with the vampire nations to unite under their resurrected savior, Dracula. Brian, you are an absolute scholar and a gentleman for giving me loaded Bible, blood of my blood. And
you're getting an endorsement too from Chris Sturgeon, and that dude loves weird stuff.
At one point, Jesus descends from the clouds in paladin armor, saying, "That's my father you're talking about." And something that I noticed up here that I didn't tell you guys the other night, this little word bubble says, Sky Savior 7, deploying Messiah.
Wait a second. So they got some sci-fi in there too, huh?
I guess so.
So that looks like a spaceship.
I don't know. I think it's like a Quinjet style thing, but there's that. I had to show that off. And Brian, I love that more than words can express. This book, I think Nate and I are sharing joint custody over, because we found it while we were going through the same box. Because I had him like in a little papoose on my chest, and we were sort of looking together. But this is Mr. Cream Puff. Oh, yeah. We both got a copy.
We all have a copy.
Yeah, we all got a copy.
We gave this to the squad. Sorry.
This is probably the biggest shame of the weekend because this has a cover price of $1.75, and I know we paid $2 a piece.
We did because there were 4.
We got ripped the hell off over this book. But yeah, that's what I got. That was probably the winner from day 2, I would think.
Oh my god.
Not good. My next book, I don't know what it is. I know it's weird, and I know it's from what is it? Pacific. Yeah, Pacific Presents. I got it because it's got a Steve Ditko story in it. So I got it. The title is Forever. Pacific Presents The Wildly Plausible Plight of Erie Smith and Walter Weary, issue number 3. So here's the cover. And I mean, to me, it looks like a drug trip, or what I understand a drug trip to be like, as it's been explained to me by pop culture. Walter, our subatomic organization has been altered. We become dwellers of the multiverse. Great. It's like, and this guy's a maintenance man. I haven't flipped through this yet at all, but I get the idea like it's a weird scientist and a maintenance man going on a psychedelic adventure. Mm-hmm. But it's got a Steve Ditko story in it called The Missing Man. And anything Steve Ditko from this era is always really weird. So I'm really looking forward to reading that. And this was from the same place. This has a cover price of $1.50, and I paid $2.
So as a kid, I traded all of my Spider-Man comics away except for one. And I kept this one because it was weird. And I love this villain. His name is Banjo. And it says, nobody picks on Banjo. So when I was at the con, I found the foreign edition of Banjo. So look out for Banjo.
I like his old too.
Yeah, he's a hillbilly. And
I love that Spider-Man is called Hombre Arana. Like it's so
rolls
good.
Off the tongue.
So look out for Banjo in the next Spider-Man movie.
It's Cream Puff, Brian. Cream Puff.
It is absolutely Cream Puff. You can get a review of the cream pie, but that's gonna be paid content, I think. And JX, really quick, Nate is single-handedly keeping dollar bins in business. You're not giving the rest of us enough credit, my good man. Did you not see?
I'm going to be the first one to go here.
All right.
Oops, I might have bought porno.
Yeah. That was another theme.
Yeah. Oops.
Oops, all porn.
But this was one of the first ones I saw on the first day for our like weird covers, and I was just like, "What is this? It's a vampire book, or is it not?" It's Lady Vampire in the Flesh, #1. Look at that glorious 80s cover girl. Oops.
But does that one have nudity inside? Is that one of the ones where we found nudity?
Flipped through it. It does have some boobies and stuff, and
Okay,
some, it's TNA. It's like watching Skinamax or something.
Okay.
At, late night. So,
Boobies.
yeah. And what's
12?
weird is this model. There's actually an article where they're talking to her and interviewing her. It's almost like a job, reference type of thing.
It's very Peg Bundy.
It reminded me of.
He does have pointed teeth, so
Oh yeah. Like USA Up All Night movies. Like it was titillating, but not like, going over the edge. And I did use that word titillating. I do like Phil's comment that I really like her attitude.
I love the 80s hair. It's so
Tawny
big.
Katane, eat your heart out.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, JSS is saying we need to refocus because we're getting torpedoed from YouTube. So we're going to pivot away from boobies and on to swastikas. This is Night Force number 13. Now, it's not that odd to see swastikas on like World War II era books, but this is a 60 center. Like this just feels really late to me. And the imagery of this was like very... I don't know. It was just very shocking. This was my pickup on day 3 for like the weird pickup, because it feels very out of its place.
That's Gene Colan right there. That's one of my favorite artists from Tomb of Dracula, and I think Marv Wolfman wrote most of that series. So, yeah.
What was Night Force? Because for a minute I was thinking it was.
They were like supernatural hunters, basically.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, it looks to be that way. I haven't actually gotten to like go through all of this yet, but
it's Atari Force hunting ghost. Yeah.
There you go. Yeah. Pretty much.
Yeah. But yeah, that's my pick for the weirdness of day 3.
All right. I don't know what day this came from, but this is another weird one. But this is a Superman. With a weird cover, and it has this guy on it who's riding Superman. He's a cowboy, and Superman's got a what do you call that? Is that a bridle? Is it a bit? Whatever that is. Thank you, baby doll. White Claw delivery.
Not your bitch.
Mm-hmm.
She's not. He says, "Doggone it, if you ain't the most rambunctious bronc I ever rode, Superman, but I aim to break you. Yahoo!"
Oh my God.
What is this?
I've seen that guy or villain, I guess, in other issues around there. So
he might be in the new Superman movie. Who knows?
Yeah,
he is a cowboy, and look, he's got a green cape on. Like he's wearing, but he does have a cape, so I think he's some kind of supervillain.
The arcing motion that Superman has in that is kind of nuts. Like it's kind of crazy.
Like, why would it affect Superman at all? I do need to read it.
Mm.
Let's see.
Ready for another one?
I'm ready for another one.
All right. Well, now I'm blaming Dope on this one because when I saw it, I was like, "Oh, I need this." There you go, Dope. Red Rooster #1, buddy.
That's a good book. That's a good book. There's only 1 and a 2. That's a good book. I want to know what you think about it when you read it.
It was an instant buy. I'm like, Dope highly recommended it.
You got to read it. It's good.
So yeah, I found this towards the back corner. Way, way, way far in there when the booths started getting a little bit smaller. But yeah, I was just thumbing through and saw it, and I need this one. So.
Next year, I'm going to ask the artist, can they draw the Red Rooster for me? Like, who the hell?
You're going to have to bring your copy of Red Rooster. They're going to need a reference.
Yeah. Oh, man. All right. A Darlin operation gives a young surgeon a murderer's hand. with a killer instinct. So here's a sergeant with a murderer's hand.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it's hard to be a surgeon if you got a hand, but for some reason they gave a purple zombie hand. So,
Man.
So I love all these old weird books when I find them. So this is one I found on Sunday, and I will be reading this. So
That's really cool, man.
All right. I overpaid for this book by 1 cent. It came out. It was $4.99 when it came out, and I paid $5 for it. But I've wanted it ever since I saw it come out, and because I missed it when it did come out, people were trying to sell it for $15, and you can eat shit. But I picked up Jeff the Land Shark, the Art Germ variant, for $5. Cover price $4.99. I'm happy about that. I love Jeff. And this is just like such a cute little cover. He's got like the tongue hanging out, like the Marvel Rivals look. I just really, really like this. This was one of the last things that I bought, I think. I got that on Sunday. But
Cool.
yeah, I got me a Jeff the Land Shark for $5.
It was kind of like, I mean, we went to the hotel room and Hagen would like get a piece of paper and he was like cataloging things so he knew where they came from. And I watched it admirably, but when I got home, I wished I had done something similar because this stuff is just kind of everywhere. Yeah, this is my fourth one. This one's weird, but really cool. This is LA Raptor.
that is.
Oh yeah, that looks
Me and Hagen
good.
both said we'd read that.
Oh,
Have
I
you-
did read. I
Did
did
you read
read
it?
I read it.
It's good, isn't
The
it?
art's great.
The art is fantastic. It's real raw. Like, I mean, there's a velociraptor and it eats a lot of people, and it's bloody and it's really cool. And apparently there's a second one, and I really
man.
wish I had it.
Yeah, track that one down. Crypto
well,
Jeff crossover.
we're on board for that.
I'm
So, yeah.
screwed.
LA Raptor, which I did get. Okay, did we get that one? Was that the $2 day or was that $1?
Pretty
I think
sure
it
that was the
$2
dollar
day.
day.
We looked at
Okay,
that Saturday.
Yeah. So I looked it up, and that's like, that book's like a $10-15 book.
That guy just didn't care. He wanted to move it.
Yeah. I want to find the second one really bad.
All right, what are we on 4? Okay, so it's not very weird, but this is a book I've been looking for a long time. And I got such a deal. I bundled this with a couple other ones. But it is a 1 in 25 Buffy the Vampire Slayer variant cover by Jenny Friesen. This was, I think, for the Hellmouth #1, I think is what it is. But I think I have the normal version of this where it's in color and stuff. And I saw this online and I was like, I was not willing to spend like $80 on it.
Mm-hmm.
I think I paid maybe 15 for this with the bundle because I got a couple other stuff from Amalgam, and actually I got #2 that's like this of Willow. But yeah, I as soon as I bought this, I tried to go back to her table to see if I could get it signed, and she was packing up and getting ready to get out of there. So I was like, yeah, a little bit too late, but I'll save it for the next time, right?
Yeah. Hot take. This Jenny Friesen woman is pretty good. Like I think she's pretty underrated.
She's
I
just
think
pretty.
she's going to
Period.
go far.
Yeah, she's pretty. Period.
Dope's fourth book from the
All right.
tongue.
Well, I don't know what year Venom came out, but this right here is I don't know what's going on here. This is I don't know if this was ever a cover put out in America. I've never seen it. But
Another ombre.
yeah, this is 1991. So I don't know if that's before Venom or not.
It looks like Eric Larson, but I don't think it was Eric Larson.
Yeah, there's a name on the tombstone. I think that's probably your artist. So
Oh yeah.
because it looks familiar, but I can't place it.
and it's 1,000
that-
pesos. So
Is that the Punisher's skull back there?
It sure looks like it.
maybe.
It really does.
So how much is 1,000 pesos?
He says Alex Saviuk. Adams.
Okay.
says that's
It's twice as much as 500 pesos, Dope.
Oh,
yeah, that's the. Is that Mexican or Spanish?
I have no idea.
I don't either. It's cool though. It's cool that you're starting to get those foreign ones.
Anything weird, I'll buy.
Yeah.
So is this the last one or is the next
This
one
is
the
it.
last one? Okay.
Yeah.
So the last one. Lots of jokey, lots of funny. But this is actually it's a super meaningful book to me. And it's this. This is my generic comic book number 1. This is my signature book that I sent with Brandon from On Comics to Terrificon. But I also brought it here and got a whole bunch of other signatures on it. So I mean, I'm not gonna hit everybody, but Noah from Broke Boy Comics or Poor Boy Comics or I Have No Money comic books or something like that is on here. What's on the comic rack is there. Still only 35 cents. Dave signed in here. JSS Brooklyn, your signature's right here, bud. Cliff from Cliff on Comics. Dope's there. Big Nasty's there. Dan's X-Men Comics is there. Matt from Impressed is there. Digger Jim is there. So many people. Christina Payne. Anybody that I am a fan of and that is a fan of me who wanted to sign this, I absolutely let them. This is just it's just such a nice thing for me. I had such a great time at this con, and this just sort of reminds me of doing that. And I plan to take it to other conventions that I go to, just in case I meet anybody there.
Yeah.
But this is by far the most signatures that I've gotten on it at once.
Very cool.
So yeah, very, very happy about that. Generic comic book number 1.
Did you see Broke Boys Comics up there? He says that 1,000 pesos is like $52. So that don't make sense.
Yeah, I don't think that's right. That's really funny.
It was in the past. The past is a different country.
Well, I love that you ended with your sentimental book. I've got Marvel Tales, Aunt May and Franklin Richards, where she becomes the Herald of Galactus. So I read this today. This was fun. So this is from that assistant editors month, right? Where they let the assistant editors write a really stupid story, and most of them are terrible. This was really fun. Aunt May gets the power cosmic and becomes the Herald of Galactus, and somehow her and Franklin Richards give Galactus a taste for Twinkies, which you can see Franklin is holding there. So it's like the old Hostess ads. And she gathers up all the Twinkies on the planet to give to him. Like I said, it was really stupid, but it was really fun. It was better than I would have given it credit for, especially that it was an assistant editors month. But that's one that's been on my list for a while that I saw in a bin. And she calls herself the Golden Oldie.
Fantastic.
Yeah, that's one my friend Eric told me about a long time ago, and I was really happy to find it at the con.
All right, last one, huh? I got a tough
last
choice
one.
Here. Do I do a regular? Do I fun one? I got too many in front of me. That's the problem. All right, I'm gonna go with one that I've been looking for a while. This is kind of a long quest book. Ever since I found out about this series, it was one of those I must have it. I found number 1 on that last day. The last day I found this. It's one of the variant covers, but I found number 1 Scooby Apocalypse.
Nice.
It's the only one of this series I could find anywhere that whole weekend. So
what do you have now? What numbers do you have?
I think I've got 1, 2, 6. I think I got a couple in the teens. They went into the high 20s. So there's a lot out there I still need to get. I never ever see the series, and it's not that old of a series. I just can't find it. And this was one of, I don't know, they did a cover for every gang, Scooby Gang member for number 1. I'm just happy to have a number 1 so I can see how it all started, you know? So at least that's cool. Can start reading this one. But yeah, this one, I was so it was one of those things when you found it, I was just I didn't even look at how much it was. I was just yes, I want that. So,
and that's, that's something else. Even though there were so many vendors, there were books that were very hard to find that we had on our list. Hey, man, someone else we met. All right, Dope.
That was it.
Oh,
right.
and we did it. Dope goes last.
Yeah.
Well, I'm going to end with one of two pieces of artwork that I got framed yesterday. This right here, Eric did for me, and Eric ain't seen it framed yet. So, yeah, check this out.
You make me blush. Wow, that turned out good, Dope.
Yeah,
dude.
So that is the Orb and 8 Ball chilling on a motorcycle. So I'm a big
When you
Orb
first
fan.
mentioned that, I instantly got that image in my head. I'm like, I'm putting 8 Ball on bitch.
Look at that wheel detail, the bike,
the dust. I love 8 Ball's pose where he's like kind of half ball. Like it's great, Eric.
He's spinning that stick. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I was really happy to get this.
Eric's commissions are open, everybody. $1,000 an hour. $1,000 per hour.
He can be talked into 1,000 pesos.
Yeah. $52.
You can make the payment out on Venmo to @Rob Liefeld Lover 1998. $1,000 per hour.
I love that E-Man popped in and is on his way to a Wu-Tang concert. I mean,
yeah,
dude.
Protect the neck, man. Protect the neck. And diversify your bonds.
But yeah, Eric did do his first commission very recently. And yeah, reach out to him on Instagram if there's something you want done. Because I've got a piece that I'll show later in a video as well. Maybe on Sunday on Eric's channel. I don't know.
And he got another job at the con.
Oh,
LCS.
Good. Brian, LCS, and
yeah.
So we're gonna do that. I'm actually gonna say on your show on Sunday, we're all gonna bring our pieces of art and try to embarrass you. But yeah.
It's dude, you're.
I'm getting
like
flushed right now as we're talking, but that could be the White Claw. I don't know.
Yeah, but you are just popping. Like, I mean, that these pieces are that you've given us are awesome, and I love mine. I know Hagen loves his. I know Matt loved his from Impress. When
Matt went so far as like he was getting other commission works done in his little book, and it was Maria Wolf saw it, and she's like, I don't recognize this person, and he told her about it and stuff. She recorded a personal video that he sent me later of her giving me a pep talk and all this stuff, and it was just, I was like, wow.
That was so really cool, dude.
Yeah, that was really cool.
That's ridiculously cool.
So like we said at the top of the show, we just wanted to get together and kind of talk a little bit, show some of the things that we picked up, look for more from all of us, obviously, but also next Sunday evening on SideQuest Comics at 7 Central, 8 Eastern. We will be on his show, and we'll talk a little more extensively about some of the stuff that we did. And we're gonna have like he's got a quest to send us on. Enough.
I had lists and stuff, so we're gonna see how well everybody did in slotting in a comic to those little things, and of course we may play a game too. I can't go on my show without playing a game.
Sounds like fun, buddy. Can't wait. So we're going to hop off here because where everybody should go next is to Matt Likes Comics, where he is doing a giveaway stream because he hit another goal on his channel. So congratulations to him, and, fingers crossed that you win the giveaway. Thank you to all of you who are here in the chat. I mean, we had 46 people at one point tonight hanging out and chatting with us. So thank you guys. I'm sorry. I know I missed a billion comments. Please sub all these guys up. Their links are in the description if you're not subbed already. And please come join us on Eric's channel on Sunday. So that's it. Anybody got anything else before we just wave ourselves off? All right, then we wave ourselves off. Have a good night, everybody. Thanks.
Bye, y'all.